Jenny Tips, the boss.
Sorry, do you want to talk to Flippin' and Jay? You're gonna have to go through me.
Let's talk to Jenny, the boss. All right.
That's okay. No, no, I'll give you the main attraction. Hold on.
We hold on. I want to ask you, Caesar, the man, the myth, the legend. But Jenny, let me
What
ask
happened?
you first because you're Jenny, the boss, right?
What happened?
Should buyers buy in today's market or should they wait in today's economy? What's your thoughts?
Well, I mean, a lot of people are scared. Some people are just they're just scared and they don't know what to do. So nobody wants to do anything they're gonna regret. So we don't want to take people out of their comfort zone, number one. So the people that aren't scared and are ready to take that chance should, if that makes sense.
Makes a lot of
Right?
sense.
Because people who were originally scared to buy a house when they were good and everything was booming and they were able to just, rip and run wherever they had to go, they were scared then. So, like, imagine how scared they are now.
Very true. Very true.
So, if you're ready, you're ready. It doesn't matter if it's Corona season or not.
That's a fact. So
You know?
you think people should follow their gut, and if they're ready, jump in. If they're not ready,
Yeah.
stay on the sidelines.
There's a lot of businesses that aren't making money right now. And what business is making money right now? Supermarkets and real estate. Because
Facts.
regardless of the fact we're collecting rent. Believe it or not, we're still collecting rent. Yeah, there's a few people that haven't paid, but they've communicated and they said, listen, we don't have the money right now, but we're going to have the money. And they're going to pay eventually. And we're in a good position where, okay, we could take a little bit of a hit right now, but regardless, you know, we're still making money. So restaurants, supermarkets, and real estate.
In the stores.
Yeah, liquor stores are
And
making money.
and liquor stores are making a killing right
Yeah,
now.
liquor stores. Yeah.
That's a
Well,
fact.
hold up. Well, hold up. I'll put Caesar on right now.
All right,
Is
cool.
that good? That's all you need from me?
I mean, you're the boss, man. That was great.
What's going on,
Caesar,
bro?
what's good, bro?
Not much. How's everything?
You, yo, man, you looking good out here, bro, man. Like you look like you dropped another 50.
Ah, thank you, bro.
Yo, shout out to Caesar on the weight loss first and foremost, man. Caesar looking good, man. Make me gotta step my game up.
Yeah, you a little
Yeah.
thick, man.
I am too thick right now, Jen. Don't rub it in. So listen, the man, the myth, the legend. Let's start with the rental, right? Because Jen just brought up a good point. People are not paying, and a lot of people are always asking me, how are you and Envy dealing with tenants in this time right now that are not paying?
It's a rough time for everybody. It's you have to, you got to be human about it. It's a crazy situation that nobody was expecting. But we're doing good, man. As far as our tenants are paying. Residential side is doing really well.
Hmm.
Um, the only tenants that we really took a big hit with is our commercial tenants. Our
Okay.
restaurants and our barbershops and those kind of tenants because they're not open. We have like about, I want to say, right, like between 10 barbershops and salons or something like that. None of them are open. So we have to
Okay.
work with them. We're trying to help them, point them in the right direction. They're all trying to get SBA loans, stuff like that. So, you got to work with them. On the residential side, though, we did pretty well. I thought it would
So
be worse.
so out of let's just say your 1,000 units on the residential end, what percentage, give or take, would you say didn't pay you this month?
We're probably at about, believe it or not, uh, yeah, probably like about 20%. But a lot of them are paying this week because a lot of them got their stimulus check. They've been
Okay.
getting them since Saturday. So yeah, we probably collected about 80%, bro. We're
That's not
probably by the end
bad.
of the week, we'll probably be at 90.
So post Corona, where were your numbers on your collection every month?
Oh, I got my brother and Chris, and those guys are beasts. We're usually
Yeah.
at about 98% to 100.
So you're pretty much dropped 10 to 20%, give or take,
Yeah,
which
but
is not bad.
yeah, it's not bad, but it's not really dropped because most of them are gonna pay by the end of the month. You know, um, like I said, a lot of people getting the stimulus now, so most of those people, that's what they were waiting for. So a lot of them said they were gonna pay late. The only ones that like two of my commercial tenants already paid. They got their SBA loan, so a lot of them are still waiting to get money from that direction. As far as our commercial tenants, but residential, they'll probably all catch up in the next week or so.
So for the ones who can't catch up and can't pay, what type of what type of, are you working out any payment plans and arrangements? Like, how are you working with the ones that just are truly fucked up behind COVID-19?
You know, we're trying to work with them. You know, like whatever they have, or over time we could work something out. You know, you got, like I said, we got, right now is the time for all of us to be human. You know.
Just communicate.
All communication. Cool. So look, the question of the day, today's topic is, should I buy or rent in today's economy? What are your thoughts behind this?
Definitely, man. You got to keep on buying. It's cheap money right now. You're never gonna see rates this low. You know, like it's crazy, man. You know what is it, 3.25 or something
Yeah,
like that? Conventional 20%. I didn't check
yeah.
the FHA rates today. I got a commitment the other day from a commercial lender, and for more than an hour loan, they gave me a 4%, five
Wow.
years. So right now it's the cheapest time to get cheap money. You can't go wrong. It's the best time to refinance. It's the best time to do a line of credit. Is, you know, for some of us or some of the people out there that already have investment properties or portfolios, it's the best time for them to refinance and get a lower rate.
So do you think, for the people that's always in the comments or whatever the case may be, do you think they should wait for the crash? Or do you think, better question is, do you think there's going to be a real estate crash?
No, there's not. This isn't gonna last that long. You know,
Okay.
you give it. I don't know. Um, in my heart, I would love it to be everything be open back up May 1st. I think now it's gonna get a little political. It looks like between everybody, you know. So maybe it'll be June 1st, but this ain't gonna last. Cause remember, last time when the last real estate recession happened, you know, when I started, right, back in '08, people weren't paying their mortgages for years,
For
right?
years. Absolutely.
Years. We're only talking about, you know, we're 30 days in the shutdown, and banks are working with everybody, you know. And like, again, rates are so low, man. Like back then when this happened, you know, people had 8% rates, 10% rates, 7% rates, you know,
So
and
now let's
it's
clarify
totally
something,
different.
so that way people are not saying stupid stuff in the comments or on a replay of this. When you say it's not going to last, you're not talking about the actual virus itself. You're talking about the shutdown of America,
Yeah, the
right?
shutdown of America. America will reopen. We're too big to not reopen again. Number
Hmm.
one. Number two, for a real estate crash to happen, it takes years. It's not going to be 2 months of people not paying. It's not going to happen, right?
Hmm.
And you know, the banks are getting bailed out. So the only, to be honest with you, bro, the people that are really going to get hurt right now is the hotel sector, right? You know, that just sucks for a while. Then you got the Airbnb guys, whoever, you know, went crazy. Remember, we used to get a lot of them at the seminars talking about Airbnb. That market is going to crash for a while.
Correct.
And then as far as the real estate stuff, I think the side that might see a little bit, and you might see some deals, will be retail, you know, storefronts and stuff like that. Because you're
Hmm.
going to see a lot of businesses that, that were already struggling not open back up.
Correct.
So, and on the business side, there's going to be a lot of opportunity for people that want to make money, because a lot of people that were just holding off, they're not going to come back. So there's
Correct.
going to be less competition, you know, in certain things.
So long story short, commercial real estate is on the clock.
Oh yeah, yeah. Commercial real estate, you know, the residential side solid, you know, development solid, you know, multifamily solid. I see, you know, maybe, you know, those plazas or storefronts, maybe there you might get a little bit of a better deal. I think there's going to be, you know, more vacancy, you know, a higher vacancy factor there. But besides that, man, you know, I think hotels and, you know, these Airbnb guys, I think they're going to take the biggest hit.
So somebody who has a nice little real estate portfolio, let's just say someone has, you know, a couple duplexes, right? Should they trade in those duplexes to now get into commercial?
I don't, you know, look, at the end of the day, bro, I don't sell anything, right? It's about
Hmm.
cash flow. So if you're cash flowing, you want to keep them as part of the portfolio. Like if you're making a couple grand from each one every month, I will keep them. I wouldn't get
Okay.
rid of them.
So you
But
went
if you're breaking even and you're only making $300 or $200, then get rid of them.
and get rid of them.
Yep.
All right. So now, what about like the first time home buyer, right? In your opinion, should the first time home buyer be afraid to buy in today's market?
Nah, hell no. You're gonna save way more money. It's like, think about it. Think about all the people, right, that you've pre-approved, right, for the last couple of months. When you first pre-approved them, they were closer to a rate of 4%. Now they're
Correct.
going to be in the low threes, bro. You know, when I first started, if you used to get a 7% rate, you were doing good. You know,
Yeah,
now you're
yeah.
talking about a 3% rate, bro. You can't beat that.
What
The
ab-
money's too cheap. Like whoever doesn't jump on that right now is crazy.
Now, what do you think about, like, all right, the first time home buyer, they're buying a multifamily, should they go into Section 8 rentals, or should, they go into more market rent right now because of today's economy?
You know, of course, Section 8 is the safest, right? And most realtors will tell you, oh, yeah, you know, you can go to an urban market and get Section 8. But in reality, bro, Section 8 is running out of money. All my Section 8 rentals, they froze rent increases like 3 years ago. So at this point, you know, you'll probably get more from a cash tenant than you will from a Section 8 tenant. But like I said, it all depends on the market. Because when I first started, Section 8 used to pay more. So you
Okay.
wanted that Section 8 tenant. Now it's not like that anymore. A cash tenant actually pays more than Section 8 because Section 8 froze their rental increases. Well, anyway, in my area, in Passaic County,
Hmm.
and they've been frozen now for like about 3-4 years. So they're still stuck at numbers that make no sense. Like, I think they on a 3-bedroom, they're probably paying 13 or 14, and now in a 3-bedroom, we could almost get 16 to 18
Interesting.
cash. Yeah. So, but again, it all depends on the market. You know, every market is different. But for us in New Jersey at this point, right now, a cash tenant is way better. And then also, people gotta understand too, when you try to rent to a Section 8 tenant, you lose about 2 months, right? Because Section 8 does a lead inspection. They want a re-rental certificate. They want a CO. So they make you go through hoops. So you lose about 2 months of rent that you would have got with a cash tenant versus trying to get somebody with Section 8.
Now, would you recommend, obviously, I'm probably going to know the answer to this question because you have your own team, but for the new investor, do you recommend property manager, or they self-manage?
See, if you are gonna go balls in, right, and you're gonna get a whole bunch of rental properties, and this is what you're gonna do, then I would self-manage, right? But if it's not, and you're just trying to make some extra money, I would definitely get a property manager. It's
What
peanuts when you think about it. You know, you pay somebody 5%, like it's nothing compared to you not getting any headaches or any phone calls I have to worry about or anything.
what are the top three things that they should look for in a property manager?
Um, Most important thing, not scared to talk to tenants, right? That's the
not
most
not
important thing.
not scared to go to certain neighborhoods.
Yeah, not scared to go to certain neighborhoods. You know, of course, you want somebody that gets back to you right away, and you want somebody as soon as they got their rent in your hand is in your hand. You know,
Hmm.
so somebody that's very reliable is the best part.
Okay. Now, auction.com, the foreclosure sites, how's the competition been in that market since this COVID-19 has came to the US? Have you seen an uptick in the competition, or is it less competition? Because I know back in January and February, there was a lot of, the offers were being raised up because there was so much competition, mainly caused by you and DJ Envy with all the seminars and educating the community at scale. But now, have you seen a downtick in the amount of people who are bidding on these
You know,
auctions?
you get a little bit of a better deal, but nothing crazy. I picked up 4 last week. I probably paid an average of maybe 25,000 less per property, give or take, to maybe a couple months ago.
Hmm.
But nothing crazy. There's still people out there bidding. Remember, people are at home bored, so everybody's in front of their computer. You know what I mean? It's just some people are just scared to jump into it. But like I said, man, the deals you could probably get a little bit of a better deal, but nothing crazy. It hasn't really changed that much, and it's not going to change. Once buyer season comes up, which should have started already, and people start out there buying again, it's going to be crazy, bro. With these low rates, forget about it.
So you're thinking right now is the time for people to really jump on because people are not outside, relatively speaking, for the most part. So you thinking once America reopens, there's going to be a floodgate to people buying real estate.
Oh hell yeah, it's not going to stop. Especially besides that, just on the refi side, on the development side, on the commercial side, like everybody's going to take it. The most important thing you can do now is come up with a good strategy and take advantage of cheap money, man. Because just like people don't understand, how cheap it is to borrow right now, And that's across the board with, even an SBA loan with everything. It's cheap. So you got to take advantage of these cheap rates and, stretch your money as much as possible, because that's the most important thing is real estate is leverage. So you want to leverage as much as you have right now to buy more property.
So what do you speak to like the people who are having fear? Like what could you say? Like what advice could you give them to like kick this fear? Like people are thinking the world is going to end, like it's going to crash, like this is going to happen. Like it's so much information and there's a lot of misinformation out there to poison the minds of people from doing things, right? Like what advice would you give them right now so they can just shut the fuck up and stop being scared?
In 2008, I got into real estate. Everybody in the world was running away from real estate, telling me I shouldn't get into it. Um, we used to pull teeth to get deals done, and I got in real estate supposedly at the wrong time, but here I am now, where more than $80 million in real estate.
Powerful, powerful, powerful,
And
powerful.
everybody tell me, don't do it, go drive a cab like your dad. Don't get into real estate. Go get a real job.
Go get a real job.
Yeah.
That's not why I said that.
Well, I'm not even bringing you up right now. I'm not bringing you up, but you know what I mean.
We know who we talking about, Caesar.
Yeah.
Go get a real job.
That's not why I said that. You just didn't want to get a job, so you gotta make money while you're dreaming.
Yeah. That's it.
So
Man.
all right,
People,
so that's a good thing, Jen. Should people be quitting their fucking job to get into real estate full time,
No,
Jen?
don't quit your job just yet. Make some money first. See,
Yeah,
I'm
of
his
course.
sugar mama.
Yeah.
I was taking care of him.
Yeah, she was.
So wait a minute. So they need a sugar mama to make it happen so they can quit.
Well, that makes it easier.
It got you where you are, huh?
Yeah. That was part of the plan. But yeah, like I said, man, when every time something happens, a great recession, a great depression, there's always opportunity, right? You just gotta know when to seize opportunity. Right now, there's gonna be a lot of opportunity after this, and you just gotta go for it.
Listen, man, I think this was I think you gave a lot of great information in a short period of time. A lot of people are hitting me up asking me, are you guys going to be doing any online seminars or any, face to face from start to flip seminars like how we were doing the tour? Like what's going on with from start to flip, man? What's next?
We're just waiting, man. As soon as they open the country back up, I think what we should, I think we're trying to do our first one in June, but we gotta see what happens. Once you see sports, whatever they're gonna do with sports, that's kind of gonna set the tone for everything else, as far as venues and stuff like that. So we gotta see. I know they want to open them, baseball back up. We gotta see what happens there, because that's pretty much gonna set the tone for what we're doing. If not, if it takes longer, we might have to do something online. We'll figure it out.
All right, man. Listen, I ain't gonna hold you up no more, Caesar, man. As always, always appreciate